Why Messi doesn't deserve his Ballon d'Ors. You heard that right. Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time, LM10.
There with the greatest all the time.
In the GOAT conversation.
Best known.
Argument done.
Argument done.
I will go with Leo.
Who's the best player in the world?
Lionel Messi.
The magical maestro doesn't deserve his 8 Ballon d'Or trophies. But hang on, before you penalty kick your screen and shatter it into 1,000 pieces, hear me out. Messi's a great player, a lovable character on the pitch and in the world of football. I heard that he even subscribes to our channel. Maybe you should too. He's a titan in the sports world, a name synonymous with greatness. He will be remembered for centuries to come as the greatest of all time. The guy has 8 freaking Ballon d'Ors. 8! 2009, 10, 11, 12, 15, 19, 21, and 2023. Not to mention, he's received the second most nominations for the shortlist. 16 total Ballon d'Or shortlist nominations. The first place being the actual greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. Wink, just kidding. Messi won the World Cup after all. Please don't unsubscribe. But how did Messi go on to win that many of those shiny balls? Did he earn those trophies? Or has he been hypnotizing the voting panel with his magical dribblings, curved shots, outrageous passes, or his packed trophy cabinet that they claim he might have earned with the help of the amazing players surrounding him? Or did he just win some of those just because he is Messi? Is Messi the greatest illusionist of all time? Okay, hold on. We get it. We admit it. Acknowledge it. Messi is not just a regular left-footed guy. Anyone who has watched Lionel Messi touch the ball will admit it. He's phenomenal, he's magical, and he really is the best. No matter what your opinion of this alien creature who has graced the pitch, love him or hate him, there are some concerns. Concerns you can't ignore. Words and voices that you can't suppress. In this video, we'll address these concerns and ask a very important question. Does Messi deserve each of those 8 shiny balls? Can his charismatic moves be an excuse to steal the Ballon d'Or from the deserving ones? We're talking about the likes of Iniesta, Xavi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Van Dijk, and Haaland being ignored and getting nothing but that pitiful applause when their names were announced as runner-ups. Buckle up as we break down the numbers, the goals, trophy by trophy, year by year, to see if the stats are going in the favor of the genius little magic man, or has Messi been pulling off the biggest heist of football history? Well, not just that, we'll do justice to Messi fans too, as there have been many years when Messi pulled off the best shows, broke records, went crazy with the ball, and ended up not winning the Ballon d'Or. As we progress, something will be pretty clear to you, something unrelated to Messi or Ronaldo. It's about a bigger problem involving the whole process of the Ballon d'Or. 2009. Before we get into the 2009 Ballon d'Or, here's a quick flashback to remind you all how amazing Messi's transition has been. After being promoted to the first team from La Masia, Messi took no time to establish his position in Barcelona's starting 11. His agility, movement, and technique were outclassing the best defenders of that time. Playing alongside greats like Ronaldinho and Eto'o was no joke. And trust me when I say that Messi was not just a number in that 11, he was a key member of that squad despite the presence of these legends. Then came 2009. Messi had already made his mark on the list of best players, establishing himself as a generational talent. Under Pep Guardiola, everything clicked for Barcelona. They were everywhere. So was Messi, at the right place at the right time. Barcelona went on to win La Liga, the Champions League, and Copa del Rey. Name it, they won it all. On top of the treble, they managed to win the UEFA Super Cup and FIFA Club World Cup too. It was their main man, 22-year-old Messi, who was driving that cart on that crazy shopping spree of silverware. Lionel Messi finished the 2009 season with 38 goals, provided 18 assists, and took away the sleep of all defenders of all competition. It included Messi's famous header against Manchester United in the Champions League final that shocked Van der Sar and also the rest of the world. While Messi was busy conquering all of Europe, what was the second man on the Ballon d'Or list doing? Well, it was none other than the winner of last year, Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi's biggest competitor was right there from the very beginning, scoring 30 goals and providing 9 assists, all while looking for a place to stay in Madrid and making sure his hairstyle looked perfect every match day. Ronaldo's mid-season transfer from United to Real Madrid for a record-breaking fee of €94 million was the biggest headline of that year. Despite that move, Ronaldo won the Premier League and the Golden Boot in the Champions League, netting 7 goals. I know what you must be thinking. Messi outnumbered him in every parameter, be it goals, assists, or trophies. But we can't deny how hard it was to move across countries, settle in his new club, and deliver stellar performances. On the contrary, Messi had it easy, walking away with the Ballon d'Or like it's another Tuesday. Nah, I was just kidding. Numbers don't lie. We'll give it to the genius 5'7" guy. But what about that other legend who played a key role in propelling Barcelona to achieve that extraordinary feat? Xavi Hernandez, the midfield maestro who delivered 20 assists that season, topped the chart in La Liga and also netted 20 goals. Despite Messi being the main man, it was Xavi whose clinical passes proved to be decisive in each match. But it was not enough for Xavi to win the Ballon d'Or and end up being third on the list. Perhaps Messi's flares were a bit too heavy for him. He was the youngest player ever to get his hands on that shiny gold ball. The world knew by then that Messi had arrived, marking the beginning of an era. 2010. Then the World Cup happened in 2010. I'm sure you're not expecting someone from the World Cup winning team to win the Ballon d'Or, right? Because Messi bagged the award. Come on, you people, it's just a tournament that happens every 4 years. Look, I'm not being disrespectful to Messi's crazy tally of 58 goals and 18 assists, but Argentina got trashed by Germany, 4-0 in the quarterfinal, and our main man scored no goals in the knockout stage. Nada. Barcelona's Messi was dominant. Scoring 58 goals might sound like the best career stat of the current best players, no disrespect to them. But it is what it is. Who can forget Messi's 4-goal explosion against Arsenal in the Champions League? That was just one of the many Messi magic moments. Barcelona won the League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup that year. But as much as we talk about Messi's performance in the League, he was too quiet in the World Cup. It was supposed to be Messi's year. Under the coaching of the great Maradona, to whom people started to compare Messi, the world expected a magic show on the biggest stage. Hope is a very dangerous thing, my friend. As Argentina's hope was demolished, people thought Messi's hope of winning consecutive Ballon d'Or did too. But you can never count on the sports journalists' votes, can you? When Messi was backpacking from South Africa, it was his Barcelona teammate Andres Iniesta who was absolutely dominating the World Cup. He was out there doing important work like winning the World Cup for Spain. He was not just another part of the squad. Man literally used the spiny shell in the end and aimed directly at the silverware. His late winner against the Netherlands took Spain to glory, but I guess it wasn't enough apparently. Somehow, Messi wins the Ballon d'Or again. Poor Iniesta must have been happy for his mate Messi, but don't you think the flashback of scoring the most important goal of that year made Iniesta think at that moment, is scoring goals in La Liga more important? If your question is directed to the voters of the Ballon d'Or, take my advice and don't embarrass yourself. The answer is yes. Sorry, Iniesta. Let's give it to Messi then. Did Iniesta get robbed that year? Do let us know in the comment section. But it was not only Iniesta who got robbed that year. Football fans all around the world were fuming as there were other deserving candidates for the Ballon d'Or. What about Wesley Sneijder? Sneijder was crucial to Inter's Champions League title in 2010, but what made him exceptionally good that year was the consistency he showed in the World Cup. He was the Dutch's main man on their road to the final, scoring 5 goals. He was even better than Xavi in terms of scoring goals. So if you're talking about a player who pushed his team to the final and came up big when they needed, don't you think he deserved the Ballon d'Or and not Messi? We're still looking for the answers. And if you're talking about breakout players, who can top Thomas Müller in 2010? Müller scored 5 goals and 3 assists for Germany and took home the Golden Boot. Why is Müller a better contender? Well, unlike Messi, he didn't ghost his team when they needed him. 2011. Messi's trophy parade didn't end there as he went on to lift yet another Ballon d'Or in 2011. Messi was spectacular in that season. No one is denying that. From his iconic solo goal against Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Champions League, weaving past 4 Madrid defenders, making them question their life choices, to his brace against Manchester United in the final, the season was iconic. Who could forget his curling shot from outside the box in that final? Absolute banger. Not only in the Champions League, his pivotal playmaking role in the league was crucial for Barcelona. Messi scored 55 goals and provided 30 assists, including 2 against Real Madrid in the game where they showed no mercy, scoring 5 goals. Be it his creativity, his vision, precision, or his shooting, Messi was rediscovering himself in that season. Champions League, La Liga, Spanish Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, Messi won everything. It's one of those seasons where you can't help but admire his greatness. But what was Ronaldo doing that season? Well, unlucky Ronaldo did put up a healthy fight. Ronaldo scored 53 goals that season and he delivered 14 assists only to win the Copa del Rey. The support Ronaldo needed from his teammates wasn't there. He was there fighting all alone. And the result? Messi drove past him with yet another golden sphere. He again ended up with the most stylish hair award, probably. It seems unfair, isn't it? Ending a season with such stats, numbers that some of the best players in the world can't reach in 2 or 3 seasons, only to end up being second on the list. Xavi, Iniesta, and Wayne Rooney were the rest of the players to make it to the top 5 list of that year's Ballon d'Or. But the sheer dominance of Messi and Ronaldo made their exceptional seasons look like mere average ones. The 2011 Ballon d'Or was a testament to how good the fight between the GOATs used to be. Messi was deserving here, not gonna lie. He has been, and as we progress, you'll see that there was a fine line of difference between Ronaldo and Messi in those years. 2012. That brings us to 2012, a year everyone remembers. Messi went crazy that year with goals. He broke all records that season, scoring 91 goals in a calendar year. I'm not kidding you guys, 91. It was the time when Messi would have scored with literally anything and under any circumstance. You could blindfold Messi or give him a giant inflatable ball and he'd find the back of the net. A total definition of goal-scoring machine. On top of that, Messi had 22 assists that season, a number that Xavi and Iniesta couldn't even match in 2011. Despite Messi's record-breaking season, Barcelona could only manage to win the Copa del Rey that season. Now, at this point, if you're thinking that trophies shouldn't be a big deal when you put up such a show at the individual level, I'm afraid you'll be questioning your choice in the later portion of the video. Okay, coming back to Messi's record-breaking season. When everyone was busy talking about Messi's goal tally, there was this guy Ronaldo, who wasn't twiddling his thumbs. He scored 60 vital goals and 15 assists to lead Real Madrid to the league title. Los Blancos ended that season with a record 100 points, and the credit goes to CR7. And yet, he fell short of Messi's records. But let me ask one very important question. What did he win? Just one lonely Copa del Rey? That too when Ronaldo's Madrid was breaking records in Spain and winning titles. Ronaldo single-handedly carried them to their best ever La Liga season in history. That doesn't add up. This time, goals were more important than trophies, but hey, might change soon. You never know. At that point, the voters were probably thinking of giving Messi a Ballon d'Or for every goal he scored. 2015. Okay, Messi fans, we get it that you're tired of being asked question after question, and luckily that brings us to a year where Messi did everything right. From winning trophies to scoring goals, he was on every list in every part of the ground. It was like Messi plugged into a cheat code. He scored 58 goals and 27 assists, helping Barcelona clinch their second mighty treble, the League, Champions League, and Copa del Rey. Barcelona's front three was so terrifying that some of the defenders gave switching careers a thought. Messi, Suarez, and Neymar all together crashed every opponent that came crawling towards them. They scored 122 goals in all competitions. Messi was definitely the core of that terrorizing chemistry, a bridge that enabled Barca to conquer the treble. Neymar was also a crucial part of that squad. He scored 39 goals and 11 assists, landing his feet on the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or list. His eye-soothing skills and butter-smooth dribbling were the cherry on top. And our guy Ronaldo didn't have a bad season either. If you're talking about individual performances, he outscored Messi with 61 goals and 23 assists, more goals than Messi, but never enough without a trophy. Real Madrid and Ronaldo ended their season empty-handed, and on top of that, Messi's treble made life difficult for him that year. Altogether, it was Messi's year. I guess trophies were more important this time. Hold on, why does it sound so contradictory? 2019. Then came 2019. Messi got his hands on his 6th Ballon d'Or. Messi definitely had an exceptional year with Barcelona with 51 goals and 20 assists. He scored 36 goals in the league, winning his 6th European Golden Shoe. That's not all. Messi led Barcelona to their league title in emphatic fashion. He scored some of the most important goals and put up such a show that even the Betis fans couldn't resist giving him a standing ovation. It was the year when Messi scored some iconic free kicks, including that cannon of a shot from 30 yards against Liverpool in the semi-final of the Champions League. Despite Barcelona losing against Liverpool in the second leg, Messi ended the season as top scorer of the tournament with 12 goals. And let us not forget how Messi controlled the game, going deep into the ground and creating 98 chances. Messi also had an amazing passing accuracy of 83%. To sum it up, Messi had an incredible season in terms of individual performance. But there was a certain defender whose performance will make you wonder what an impenetrable wall should look like. Look how Virgil van Dijk is dominating in the defense for Liverpool. He was an absolute monster in the back line, a nightmare for the attackers. Liverpool's incredible defensive record helped them win the 2019 Champions League, and Van Dijk was instrumental in leading them to the title. That was not all. Liverpool missed the Premier League title by just a single point. Thanks to the Dutchman, Liverpool kept 26 clean sheets in 50 matches across competitions. He had an incredible tackle success rate of 76%, made 54 interceptions, and 263 clearances. He was the first defender ever to win the UEFA Men's Player of the Year. But all these seem to be little when you're competing with Messi. The voting panel was so blinded by Messi's bunch of goals and crazy footwork that they couldn't do justice to what a defender did for his team. After all, it's all about individual performances, isn't it? We'll find that out shortly. 2021. Lionel Messi lost so many finals for Argentina that people started to believe that he was cursed with some sort of spell. He won every possible thing in his career except that one important international trophy. And then 2021 happened. Messi lifted his first ever senior silverware with his national team, Copa America. It was an emotional moment for the fans to see their idol winning the trophy after failing year after year. He lifted the hope of his countrymen finally. Messi's international trophy drought-ending season had 41 goals and 17 assists. He was the standout performer for Argentina in the Copa. Messi scored 4 goals and scripted the record for most assists in a single edition of Copa with 5. But who was the guy in the second position? Well, it was the same guy that would have won the Ballon d'Or in 2020 had it not been controversially canceled by France Football. Robert Lewandowski, the Polish goal machine who didn't do more to force himself into the reckoning. The tragedy of not winning the most coveted individual award was there for Lewandowski, but still he managed to display yet another incredible show in the 2021 season. Louis scored 64 goals and 10 assists, winning the Bundesliga Club World Cup and the DFL Super Cup. Despite everything he put into it, Lionel Messi got a slight edge and was named the winner for the 7th time. And the reason? Well, the voting panel has this magpie-like nature to them and enjoys the sight of players lifting silverware. It's the same logic that didn't work a few years ago when trophies came second to individual performances. But hey, it's Messi winning an international trophy after all those crying and sobbing scenes. The jury must have felt emotional or something. Lewandowski was probably thinking, what else do I have to do to get one of these things? Score 100 goals and win the World Cup with Poland maybe. 2023. But all controversies aside, what happened on the 18th of December 2022 will always go down in history books as one of the greatest moments of all time. Messi finally does it, the holy grail of football, that one trophy that had eluded Messi his entire career. Let's hear it in the voice of Peter Drury. Argentina's journey in the 2022 Qatar World Cup ended with Messi lifting the silverware. It started with the loss against Saudi Arabia, but they didn't have to look back afterward. Messi looked at them and said, okay, I'll carry them from here. And carry them he did. Game after game, Messi did everything on the pitch, weaved through defenders, assist with such precision that could slice pieces of bread, and scored some unworldly goals. He was there till the last kick of the final. Messi won the Golden Ball again, but unlike 2014's, with a happy face. You would definitely expect someone to win the Ballon d'Or after such a heroic performance, and it came naturally, Messi's 8th Ballon d'Or. The voters didn't even vote this time. They were probably like, just give it to him already. Hold up, what about this monster of a striker? The Norwegian was too good that season, scoring 52 goals and 9 assists, bagging the Premier League, FA Cup, and the Champions League, the Holy Trinity. After such an astonishing show, you could have ruled out Erling Haaland's chance of winning the Ballon d'Or? And what about Kylian Mbappe, who single-handedly dragged France into the final and scored a hat-trick in that match? Imagine scoring 8 goals in a World Cup, including a hat-trick in the final. Meh, his ending wasn't as heartwarming as Messi's. Who remembers the runners-up anyway? Did Messi deserve to win the Ballon d'Or? For the World Cup, yes, maybe. For the season overall, God forbid. This way or another, the Ballon d'Or voting panels always came up with criteria that only Messi would match, but that's not the case always. There have been years when Lionel Messi deserved to win the shiny ball, but didn't. Back in 2013, Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or with 55 goals and 12 assists. What are some really good numbers? But Real Madrid failed to win any major trophy, while Messi's Barcelona won La Liga. Messi racked up 60 goals and 16 assists. He was Barcelona's Sherpa, carrying them to the top of the mountain. Be it individual performance or any other parameter, Messi was way ahead of Ronaldo in that race. But you never know what the voters are up to. What about in 2018, when Messi missed out on the Ballon d'Or to Luka Modric, despite scoring 51 goals and registering 26 assists? He even won La Liga and the Copa del Rey. But Modric? I admit that Modric had a phenomenal year. He was the heart of Croatia's run to the 2018 World Cup final and was the orchestrator of Real Madrid's Champions League title. But did you know how many goals he scored that year? It's 3. 1, 2, and 3 versus Messi's 51. Messi didn't even make it to the second position. All of a sudden, the Ballon d'Or was about winning titles, contributing to your team's feat. That brings us to a very serious question. Why does the Ballon d'Or look like a high school popularity contest? You might think that the voting panel has the best football experts who analyze every shot, every pass, and every minute. Wake up! It's decided by journalists from around the world, some of whom might even fail to name 3 players. The voting system is like that one popular kid in school who wins the award for best student just because the teachers are quite familiar with him. And once a player gets the recognition as one of the best performers, he's always there in the minds of the voters. Take 2018 as an example. Modric had an incredible year. But how come Messi ranked 5th? 5th, despite scoring 51 goals? What about Lewandowski in 2021? On top of that, there are some serious regional biases. Every country gets a vote. You're putting countries that barely play football with football-obsessed nations like Brazil, Spain, or Argentina. The whole thing sounds like a complete mess. The Ballon d'Or was supposed to be given to the best player of that season, and there should be some parameters, right? It shouldn't include legacy or stardom of any sport. There you have it, folks. Messi's dominance over the years. 8 Ballon d'Ors for 8 amazing seasons. Maybe he was not deserving of all of them, or maybe he was. I'll let you be the judge of that. But hey, what Messi and Ronaldo have achieved throughout the years can never be recreated. Their worst season is what a player dreams to achieve at their peak nowadays. If you randomly pick their stats of a year when they didn't win the Best Player award and compare it to someone from 2024, that moment of realization will hit you hard. That's what we tried to portray in our latest video on why nobody deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to put a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you're new to the channel.